Hi, and thanks for joining me on this video. So I'm going to take you through Wistia's user lifecycle stage, which is the acquisition stage. And this is such a crucial stage for Wistia to get right, because this is mostly the first touch point that they will have with a prospect that could turn into a customer for Wistia. So there's a couple of things that they can do here, and you can use this as an inspiration. It's essentially a best practice. So I would suggest that you go for this route and pull it across to your tracking efforts and your tracking plans. And it will be the first step in getting your acquisition tracking set up correctly. So the first thing that they can do is, so let's say, for instance, Wistia wants to run a spring 2018 campaign to drive new visits to their, let's say, the video SEO page, the one you see on the screen here, and they want to drive new sign-ups from this specific page. So what they can do is they can use a campaign URL builder tool. I'm just quickly going to clear these fields so I can show it to you from scratch. So they can use one of these campaign URL builder tools. You can access this on this link here to build out your own campaign tagged URLs. So it's crucial for you to tag your URLs because it will allow you to tie it back to any marketing campaign or marketing source that you have included in your UTM tagged URLs. So let me quickly show you what Wistia can do in this instance. So they're going to copy their landing page at the top there. They're going to paste it into the website URL box in here, right? So you can see there's a good example there. So they're going to paste in the landing page URL, the campaign source. Let's say for this video, they want to go for a newsletter. So they're going to send it out to their email database. So the source will be newsletter. And a newsletter gets sent via an email medium. So they will select email as a medium. You can see there's different marketing mediums as examples. So they're going to go email. And as you go down, you can see there's campaign name, campaign term, campaign content. I'm going to enter a name in here. You can see there's spring sale. Let's call it spring promo. Let's call it anniversary. They might have an anniversary coming up soon. How do you spell anniversary? Anniversary 2018, for instance, right? So you add in all the attributes here. Campaign term in here, or campaign content. This is mostly for paid advertising. Campaign content, you could essentially add in, let's say we call it the variant. You could essentially create two different links. So let's say we're going to send out two different emails to different sets of users. Let's say they want to send out an original or an A version. So you could say version A, for instance. And version A would go to 50% of the email database. You could create a version B. So there's many ways you can tag this URL, and whatever you add to the URL here, those attributes will get pushed to Wistia's analytics platform. So it's crucial to keep it consistent and to keep it in good context. So you want to give a good description on these UTM tags. And you'll see at the bottom here, it actually generates a link that looks like this. This is a tagged URL. You can see there it passes different values into the URL. So there's source is newsletter, UTM, medium is email, the campaign is spring promo anniversary 2018, and you can see there's the content version B UTM. So you can see there it's got all the attributes added to the URL. And they can just copy this and use it in their email newsletter. So that's the first thing they need to do to get acquisition tracking right. The second thing is they need to set up event tracking within their platform. So if I quickly go back to their site. So you can see there's a couple of ways that they do track, or they can track signups. So you can see there, if I click on this button here, they could track the click on this button. And then this will bring up a sign up form. I'll show you just now what it looks like. So if I click on that, it will fire an event. And once they've completed a form, it will also fire an event that can be called sign up completed. So you'll see here, I'm going to mimic this. I'm going to show it to you on the screen. But let me just quickly show you in the tracking plan example that we have generated, and you do have access to this in this article. You can see there I've created or added two different events. The first one is sign up started, and this gets fired when the user clicked on the sign up button to start the sign up process. And I'm going to show you what that looks like now. And the second event in the acquisition stage is sign up completed. The user successfully signed up for a free subscription. And I'm going to show you what that looks like now. And you can see there in this tracking plan, I'm not going to go through the tracking plan in great detail in this video. You will have access to a full how-to video explaining exactly all the different columns and entries in this tracking plan or tracking sheet. And you can see if I scroll to the right here, in that video, I'll explain exactly what all these things mean, the event properties, the trades, what type of values you can push to Wistia's analytics platform or your own platform. So do sign up for that offer or that analytics bundle, and you'll get access to this entire tracking plan that we have populated for Wistia specifically. But let me just quickly go back to the acquisition events. So you can see there, you can push some values there. And this is basically the values that gets submitted through the form. Let me just quickly show you what it looks like. So the first event will get fired as the user clicks on the sign up button to the top. And it will fire the event called sign up started. Okay, and then you get presented with a sign up form that looks like this. So you can add in your first name, last name, your work email, set a password, how to hear about Wistia. You can select it from a drop down, and then you can go ahead and create an account. So all these different values that you see in the form fields here, it will get pushed as event values to Wistia's analytics platform. And this will help them to identify all the different users that have signed up to their platform. I'm not going to sign up now, but you get the idea. So there's going to be two events that's going to fire. The first one is a click on the sign up button, and this one brings up the sign up form. And then if you complete the form here, it will fire another event. That is called sign up completed, right? And this will get attributed back to the marketing source and marketing campaign that they have used in their UTM tagged URL. So if I sign up through this form, it will, so Medium, so the newsletter as a source will have one sign up completion, and the email as a medium will have one sign up completion assigned to it or attributed to it, as well as a campaign called Spring Promo Anniversary. That's how they can tie sign ups back to specific sources and marketing channels. If they get this right, it will also allow them to answer, certain business questions. They could answer questions such as, does Facebook generate more signups compared to something like LinkedIn? Is Google Ads a better channel for them to generate more signups? They could answer questions such as, does Facebook generate a higher return on ad spend compared to something like an email channel? They could also determine what is the average visitor to sign up rate on their platform. So let's say or on their site, let's say for instance, they've managed to generate 5,000 sessions to this page, and only 5% of people end up signing up to a free account. They could determine their visitor to sign up rate or conversion rate through the acquisition stage. Also, they could also look at how many signups do they generate on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, and they could use that as a benchmark for future analysis or improvements. So let's say, for instance, they've managed to generate, let's say, 50 signups the past week, and they want to increase or double that. They want to bring it up to 100 per week. They could use that as a benchmark by looking in their analytics platform. And obviously, since we have set up an event for that called sign up completed, they will be able to measure the sign ups completed as their goal or macro goal. And yes, they can also look at, is there certain days of the week that seems to be generating more signups? And if If that happens on a frequent basis, why exactly is there a specific day of the week that is helping them to generate more signups? So again, if Wistia gets this right, there's many ways for them to slice and dice their event or insights to grow their acquisition efforts or tactics. And yes, so you can do something similar. It's a fairly straightforward thing to apply. It's also the first way to get started with proper, product analytics and to get it right. You can also pull this across mobile apps, web apps. It's not specifically geared or focused on websites only, but you get the idea. Follow something like this, and if you've got more questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us, and also sign up to that tracking plan that's got the full-blown populated example for Wistia. And in here, I've also included separate videos. So if you go through all these videos, you'll get more context around this event. For instance, so a video played, I show you a trigger condition and I tell you exactly where in the app or on the site this actually occurs through a video. So you'll see these video examples. So you'll get access to tons of inspirational bits and pieces that you can use to drive your own tracking plan. And that's me. Thank you. Bye.